Feel that you did. At times you seemed a little annoyed by your challengers.
Actually, I am too close to the situation to evaluate how I did or how I didn't do. I think I was looking down a lot simply because I didn't want to have facial expressions going in there. So you're going to have to evaluate how I did. You tell me. You have a better viewpoint than I actually did.
Do you feel like you got this in the bag?
No. No one would ever be that arrogant. No, I worry about everything, which is why I one time said I'm a bad candidate. I am, because regardless of what the situation, can you not hear? You're okay? All right. Regardless of what it is, I worry about all sorts of details. So no, I never take anything for granted. Period. Yes, sir.
Castillo has made a lot of representing marginalized people, veterans, the elderly, immigrants. I guess what's your take? He says Utah is for everybody. What's your take on representing some of the more marginalized populations, poor, et cetera, et cetera?
Every member of Congress and the Senate represents all the people of their districts. So I don't go out of my way to try and eliminate any kind of group or any kind of individual. That's simply not the way you do things. So anybody who wants to be a representative has got to do that. I had plenty of experience in the state legislature as Speaker of the House and then in Congress to try and make sure that we try and listen to everyone who speaks. So I applaud him for wanting to do that, but to be honest, that's what everybody does.
Congressman, is there a particular idea or message that you want voters to take out of tonight's debate?
There is still a whole lot more that was never covered in that particular issue. You know, especially somewhat frustrated from the point of view from the first district, because in the House, it is committees where all the work is done. Committees are essential. And I think there are two important committees for the first district: Resources, where I am the chairman, and the Armed Services Committee, where I'm the only Utahn that serves on that, and I'm a senior member on that committee. I truly wish there had been more questions about the military, because for the first district, that is an extremely significant issue, and it got kind of short shrift.
What are you doing in the last few weeks to you have a commanding lead in the polls, so what are you doing in the last few weeks to ensure that you get the votes?
Well, I hope you're accurate in that. What we'll do is what we planned from the very beginning. We'll still meet with people. We'll still send out mailers. We will still try and advertise in whatever way it is. I realize that the ballots have gone out and that many people have already voted. That's good. The ballots came to my house today. I haven't filled them out yet. I wanted to see what this debate, it might have changed my mind. But we're looking forward to that. We're going to continue on to the very end.
Did it change your mind?
Yeah, I'm more convinced I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote now than ever before.
Mr. Bishop,
Yeah,
your
Amy.
challenger was critical of you for your deferred maintenance backlog bill, says that you brought it up in the last minute and that it's just a ploy to gain votes, and that this should be a problem that you fixed a long time ago given your tenure in Congress. How do you react to that?
The maintenance backlog issue was there long before I was ever first elected to Congress. It's been there for decades. The biggest problem is actually coming up with a mechanism to actually fund it. So in 2008, the stimulus bill, they tried to solve that problem, and it was a miserable failure. It didn't work. So fortunately, there are a couple of factors that made it different right now. First of all, the administration came up with a brilliant idea of having revenue that comes from public lands being back to fund public lands. So that was the first issue. The second issue is there were 4 competing bills that we had to get everyone together and try and come up with a compromise bill for which everyone could agree. That simply took time. And the fact that we then had to make some changes in there to make sure that the Democrats were comfortable with our bill. So the bill we have right now has the support of the members of the Senate, has the support of the Democrats in the House. It has my support, obviously. It has the support of the administration, which means I think it's going to be very comfortable to have that bill passed in the lame duck session, and we can finally come up with some way. But it required a unique way of trying to fund the backlog. The backlog didn't happen overnight. You don't build a 12 $11.5 billion backlog in the parks overnight. It doesn't happen very quickly. It's been going on for decades. But we had to come up with a unique way of doing it. Now, the other thing I want to add is the bill is even better than other proposals have had because we're also dealing with BLM backlog. We're dealing with the Fish and Wildlife Refuges backlog. There is also some money that's going to go in there to help support the Native American education system. So all those things coming together with a bill that doesn't cost taxpayers money and is going to be one of those things that will come from surpluses that are unallocated right now. So this is rightly not taking out of any other program. It's a brilliant bill. It's a good bill. And it certainly didn't happen overnight, and it happened with the administration's support. And I'm damn proud of that bill. And yeah, it is a bipartisan bill. What do we have? 160, 70 sponsors from both parties.
Do you think either of your opponents will be able to challenge you in this upcoming election?
I don't know how you define the word challenge. I think they already did, and they are. I hope the people of this district have been extremely kind to me, and I am very much appreciative of that. And I am going to term limit myself by saying this is my last term, so I hope they do it one last time. I am really hopeful for that. I have no way of predicting it, nor would I want to actually go on a limb and try and predict what will or will not happen. All I know is what I am doing, what I can do, and that no one can take corporate money when you're running for Congress. I don't care who you are. It's illegal.
Thank you, Congressman.
Are we done already?
It's pretty.
You wanted to go home that early, that badly.
We have deadlines.
So do I, and it's because I'm old. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for covering this. I appreciate the opportunity. Take care.